Welcome to Ingrid's World. I am your host, Ingrid Paris Hicklin. On this show, you will meet Dr. D.R. Butler, currently the Associate Athletic Director for Community Relations at George Mason University. Dr. Butler is a colonel retired from the United States Army. Dr. Butler is past district governor for Rotary International District 7610. He is a recipient of many awards for serving his country and his community. Our last guests are youth reporters Alyssa, Hicklin, and Wallace. They will talk about why they are thankful. So let's sit back and think about how an education can take you everywhere. Well, welcome to the show, Dr. Butler. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, I was thrilled that you accepted the invitation to appear in the show. And I first want you to tell our viewers where you're from.
Originally born and raised in Texas, a little town called Waxahachie, just south of Dallas, about 20 miles. Used to be 20 miles. No longer there because it's solid construction now.
Wow, isn't that something? So how did you start your career?
Well, I mean, in the Army, I just get started, period. Well, for my first 20 years was total segregation, as you know. And when I was 5 years old, I wanted to be a pilot.
Yes.
That's 1939.
5 years old.
5 years old, 1939. I was born in 34. And my father could not, at that time, even understand why you want to do that. But that's what I wanted to do, and he just sort of ignored me. And when I was 13, I was in the 10th grade, Truman integrated the armed forces. And to me, I can now do it.
Wow.
And so he just said, oh, what the heck. And I went on, and I had to go to a school, a historical black school that had ROTC, get my commission, get my degree, and then come on board, apply for flight school, and make it.
Wow.
And that's what I did. I came in the Army in August 12th, 1955. In November 56, I had my wings.
And you had your wings in
56.
My goodness. So what inspired you to go to flight school? I mean,
well, when I was young, you know how little boys are. I saw these little putt-putts that we had no jets in the sky. And I said, I want to do that.
Really?
I want to do that. And my father accused me of being extremely stubborn. He had choice words for me. He said, you always want to do things your way. And I had a dream, a vision, and I was determined to fulfill it. And then I never turned loose. In spite of his trying to say, no, you're going to go to college, come back and teach in the colored school system. I said, but it's not what I want to do.
It's not what you want to do.
And he said, you're hopeless.
Wow.
But because you know, he lived long enough to see it and everything, so.
And he lived long enough for him to see
everything. To even get my doctorate.
Do you even see?
Because I brought him up for the graduation. I flew him up from Texas for the graduation.
Oh, you brought him up here. Yeah. That's powerful. Yeah. That's powerful. That really
that's how I got started. When I came into the Army, you know, you don't have to be able to figure out how you're going to get there. As I teach my kids, the first thing you got to do is want to get there.
I love it. Want to get there.
You must want to get there first, and if you want to get there, it's amazing how opportunities come zipping by. And when you have opportunities, when you want to do something, you can identify those opportunities specifically that can help you get there. But if you don't have something, then opportunities go zipping by. They only come by once. Then 2 years later, he said, I wish I had.
Opportunity only comes by once.
No, that's it. And if you don't grab it then, because you can grab it, you don't have to be able to do something with it, but you got it, and then you can develop it and develop a modus operandi where it can fit in and help you get what you want. And that's always been my my approach to life.
Wow.
Even when I was young, this. So when I came into the Army, I didn't know how long.
Yes.
It was not even, I didn't even think about that.
You didn't even think about that?
I knew I got my wings, but I knew I picked up a 5-year obligation to extend my active duty because of the flight school. So that's 7 years now, 7, 8 years. So I went to Germany and came back, and they sent me to the advanced course, and they said, well, you're going to go to Fort Leonard Wood and command a company. I said, that's 250 people working for me. That should be.
250.
But that's, that's what I saw it. So I went and did it. By the time almost up to 10 years. And when you get up there, so then you say, well, in 10 more years, I can retire with half my pay for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And that's how I was thinking. And so that got me going. And I had planned to retire at 20 years and get out and get my doctorate and teach. 'Cause I would be 40 years old at 20 years.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So I had it kind of laid out. So I ended up staying 30 years, and I got out at age 50.
Wow. You're amazing. You have on a wonderful hat that says 1st Cavalry Division Vietnam Veteran. What does that mean?
That means that I was in combat in Vietnam with the 1st Cav Division. Wow. And it's kind of it's documented. I'll get to that in a minute. I came out of Korea in the 1st Cav Division, then came to the United States in '63. And there was the 11th Air Assault Test Division, where we were testing the air mobile concept as you know it today.
Yes.
Well, where you go from tanks and all this stuff and you use helicopters to move people in. And we tested for 2 years, and then in April of '65, LBJ announced that the 11th Air Assault was becoming the 1st Cav Division and moving to Vietnam. They bring it back, make us 1st Cav. We go over as the 1st Cav. And we got there in July, August of '65. And out of that big fight in November '65 in the Adrang Valley is the movie We Were Soldiers.
Right.
And that reflects my helicopter unit, the 229th. I did not fly that day, but for those 2 or 3 days, because the LZs were so small, they only need a small number of ships. We had 75 in a battalion. So, but I was and then after that fight, which ended up about the 14th of November, somewhere in there, the guy that Mel Gibson played, Hal Moore, he got promoted to full colonel and took over the brigade, of which 1st of the 7th was, and then he wanted somebody from the helicopter unit with him at his command post all the time, 24/7 when he's in the field. And my battalion commander looked at me and says, "You got that?" And which was a blessing in disguise, because he went on to 3 stars, and you got to work with him for the next 7 or 8 months, and you really get to.
Wow.
He knows you and you know him. So I was very blessed, and I didn't ask for any of the assignments.
But you worked hard.
Oh, well, you have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Very.
My father was very adamant about 3 things. 1, anything worth doing is worth doing well. Point number 2, the best helping hand you can find is at the end of your arm. Point number 3, never do anything for anyone that they can do for themselves.
Oh.
He said, because they never learn.
Because they'll never learn.
Never learn. He said, when a guy is drowning, ignore him 1 time, ignore him 2 times, and get him a 3rd time.
I love it.
Let him struggle, because sometimes in the struggling, they can learn, but you won't let him drown, but it'll come close.
Yeah, but the struggle. It's about the struggle.
It's about the struggle. That's where you learn.
That's how you learn. It really is the truth. I want you to touch also on your career at George Mason University.
Well, I knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to get out, get my doctorate, and work with young people. I think they call it giving back, how we going to put it. And I'm just having all the fun in the world. Best decision ever made. Yeah. So when I got out, I was in the doctoral program at Mason.
Ah.
You know, and then a lady whose husband was on the board of visitors was in one of my doctoral classes, and I was getting ready to retire. She said, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I don't know." She said, "Well, why don't you come work for Mason in the athletic department?" I said, "Oh no, that was back in '86." So I came on board part-time, and they put me in the academic side. They gave me several teams to work academically, and then I stayed there a year, and I said, "Well, let me do something else." So I got out, and since I was a math major in college, I started, subbing in the Fairfax County school system because I was going and doing my doctorate at night.
Wow.
In the evening, and the subbing brought in a reasonable amount of money. $70, $80 a day, and you could do it when you want. So I subbed, and then once I started subbing, they said, "Well, how would you like to be a permanent sub?" I said, "I don't know." "Well, we're going to come on board and be a permanent sub." And then that was in December, and then after I got on board as a permanent sub, they said, "You're a math major, we'd like to bring you on board full-time."
Yes.
So I went on board full-time as a math major, and what I was unhappy about, I was one of the few math majors teaching math. Most of the people teaching math were not math majors.
Well, they weren't math majors.
Because your math majors, they went out and got a different, much higher paying job.
Wow.
So I didn't agree with that, so I left that. I was a scholar of residence in the meantime at Penn State, Harrisburg, and just different things. And when in 1990, what they did, the guy who was doing all the academics, he left. And the kids who remembered me said, "Come to our graduation party." And I walked in, and they were yelling, "He's back," and "You better hire him, he's back." And he was leaving, so I said, "What's going on?" They said, "Well, you turned us down," because I turned them down last time. "You turned us down before." I said, "Well, it's a different situation." Because what I wanted, from a military point of view, the people that would have been working for me, I said, "No, I gotta bring in some good people," what I thought were better people. But anyway, so in June '90, the guy said, "You want to apply for it?" And that was Saturday, and Monday they offered me the job.
Wow.
For 12 years, I was the academic advisor and eventually the associate AD for all the athletes. I had 3 or 4 people working for me. All the teams, but quite a few teams, and but I was the big guy. And then in 2002, I moved over to community relations.
Wow.
Associate AD for community relations. So I've enjoyed it, and I've already announced to some of the young people that I'm leaving in January. I'm retaring in January the 17th, and all these little things are coming in, like thank you, and that's what's most important. Once you tell them, they'll come back and say, "Without you, I wouldn't have made it."
That's right.
Without you.
That's right.
And there's no money that can give you the feeling when they take the time
to say that.
To say thank you.
Thank
and
you.
That's what I'm doing. I'm having fun.
You're having fun.
Yeah.
Dr. Butler, we have 5 minutes left, but I want you to talk a little bit about your huge career as a Rotarian.
Okay. I was in Nome, Alaska in 1968, and I was the advisor to the Alaska National Guard as a young major. I was a young major because I was on this lieutenant colonel when I came out of there. And I didn't know anything about Rotary, but because I was a pilot, you had to be a pilot because there are no roads. So the Rotary Club and the Lions Club, who did that community service, had to have some transportation. So the governor approved the use of the airplane.
Oh my goodness.
For them to do community service. But he said, "I can't tell DR what to do. Your job is to get him to fly you, but there's no cost."
Wow.
And I looked at both of them, and I decided that Rotary was the one I would, because whoever got me got the airplane.
Wow. Wow.
So I came back, and I didn't have much to do with Rotary. I came back in '69, and it wasn't until '81 until I really got involved. I had just made full colonel, and I'd been full colonel about 5 years. And that's when I Yeah, so I end up being a club president, and then in '88 when they first brought women in, and that was interesting.
So you were there when they first brought women in?
They first approved that you can have women. Then in I went on to be '93, '94 district governor, and then after that I held every position. The foundation chair, you name it, and I've been in it. Now I'm just I was the major gifts right now, but that not anything right now. And I'm now my club president for the third time.
You're club president for the third time.
So we have a very small club. We have a club of nothing but past presidents.
That's kind of nice too, you know. So as we wrap up this segment, I want to ask you, what has been the key to your success?
Well, it never occurred to me I would fail.
Oh.
And I teach my classes, you can't fail unless you do two things. Stop doing what you're doing and say two words, I quit. But notice who declared you a failure. You're the only person that can declare you a failure. As long as you are still trying to do something, you just haven't achieved it. And I tell them you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And I put a statement, I have never failed in anything, comma, conjunction, comma, many things didn't work out for me. So I tried something else. Sooner or later you'll get something that works.
Wow.
As a math major, I'd be in the room at night, try 25 ways to work a problem.
Yes.
26, bingo. Look what happened. You say, we wasted time. No, I know 25 ways don't work.
Now you know 25.
You don't.
What a wonderful way to look at it.
And that's how you look at life, you know.
Yeah.
And you're going to make mistakes. The only person that didn't make a mistake, we crucified him.
Wow.
And so you're going to make mistakes, and I preach to my kids all the time. You're going to make a mistake. It isn't a mistake; is what you learn from it. If you don't learn anything from it, that's the problem.
That's the problem. Well, you are a treasure, and I am so thrilled that you found time to be on this show. And I just have to thank you so much for being on here. Thank you,
pleasure.
Dr. Butler.
My pleasure.
You're wonderful. Coming up next, we will talk with Alyssa Hicklin and Isis Wallace. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Well, welcome to the show, Isis Wallace and Alyssa Hicklin. Thank you so much for being on the show as our youth reporters.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to know, this is like November, and we're talking about being thankful. And I want to ask each of you, why are you thankful? Let's start with that. Yeah, Alyssa?
I am thankful for my friends, family, and a home to live in.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my the life I've had, because some people don't have much in their lives. So I have a roof over my head, 3 meals a day, and I have a soft bed to sleep in.
Ooh, that's true. So being thankful, does that also make you want to do something for other people?
Sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes. Such as, what would you said yes, Alyssa?
Donating food.
Excellent. And what about you?
I've always wanted to be in a blood drive.
Oh, in a blood drive. Wow. Yeah. Why is that?
Because some people need healthy blood for their body, and so I've always wanted to help out.
Wow. Now, Alyssa, have you ever done any volunteer work in helping other people?
Well, usually whenever we go to the store, this man, and we sometimes give him our leftover change.
Oh, very good.
Sometimes.
And have you participated in any helping to help other people too?
I'm actually a Girl Scout.
You are?
So we did a canned food drive like near Target for this homeless couple, and we've done many things to help the environment and people in our local community.
And how does it feel when you get to help someone? How does that help you?
It feels nice.
It feels nice.
It
What about
makes
you?
you feel proud.
It makes you feel proud. Wow. So for those who are out there watching it, what would you tell them about being thankful?
I would tell them, don't be selfish with your own stuff. Always donate to people in need, and because you should be thankful for the roof that you have over your heads, and for adults, like the nice job you have. Yes, so always give back to your community.
Wow, wonderful. And
I would like to tell the rich that, like, not that it's a bad thing, but they shouldn't, like, hog all their money to themselves, because it's just sad when you see people lying down in the streets with nothing to do.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so I think that's all people, right? All people. We should always help. So, and I always have to ask you that. Are you going to do anything special during Thanksgiving? Have you any plans?
Oh, I'm actually going to the Outer Banks to a beach house with my family.
Oh, wow. And what about you, Alyssa?
All my family is going to come together, and we're going to have a big feast at a fancy restaurant.
Ooh, I love that. And I like the fancy restaurant aspect of it. You mean to say no one has to stay in the kitchen and cooking all day long?
No.
Wow.
Well, my family, my Aunt Brenda, she always cooks the turkey overnight. She's up all night cooking the turkey, and she cooks almost all the food with her friend Connie.
Wow. So, and then what about you? Does everyone come from all over?
Usually it's on my mom's side. It's really fun, though,
Oh,
to have the
my
whole
goodness.
family reunited again.
Oh, that's it. Sounds like you really enjoy your family. Sounds really good. And it sounds like you really enjoy your family too.
Yes.
So as we, finish wrapping, this up, November, then we'll have December. If you're given the opportunity to give back, let's say you could create your own thankful project, what would you create? What would you like to create?
I would probably create a thing where all the homeless children would have like a day camp where they would have like a moment where they don't have to think about anything except just having fun, and so.
Yes, wow.
I would probably rally up all of my friends and make a big club where we knit clothes for the poor, and we give it to them every week. It'd be so fun to do that with my friends, including you, Isis.
Yay.
Oh, and why did you say knitting? Now that's interesting.
Because you don't have to pay for it, and I feel like even because they aren't going to judge and say, oh, I don't like this. They're really going to appreciate it, and I think it'd be really fun to do that.
Okay, I like that thought. And so you are obviously in school. Or will you be doing a community service project in school? Do you do any community service project?
We do like a can drive challenge. So each class has to get as many cans as they can, and then the class with the most cans gets a prize.
Oh, that's so cool.
Last time it was a breakfast.
Oh, well, that's fun. And will you all do something at your school too?
We usually don't, but I like what she did too.
I like that. I think you're going to have to introduce that project right there. Oh my goodness. So again, you all are pretty amazing young people. And I just want to get this little capture in time. Both have been on the show quite a bit.
Yes.
And what's the latest update about what you want to do in your career?
I changed from being an engineer. I want to be a computer scientist now.
Okay. And you want to be a computer scientist. And Alyssa, what have you decided?
I'm kind of interested in music.
Oh, really good.
I really like that.
Wonderful.
So I'd want to make my own music.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Well, I have to thank both of you all for being on the show. You're pretty amazing young people, and it's exciting to hear all the great things that you're doing. All right. Well, I would like to thank Dr. Butler, Isis Wallace, and Alyssa Hicklin for being outstanding guests. Our quote this time is from Ralph Ellison. Education is all a matter of building bridges. Thank you for watching Ingrid's World, and don't forget to friend us on Facebook or follow Ingrid's World VA in Twitter and Instagram for instant Ingrid World's news. So stay in touch and be a blessing to someone today.